What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're doing super well. In today's video, I'm gonna talk about 5 reasons why you're still not fluent in English. What gets in the way of your fluency that you might not even realize. I'm also gonna tell you how you can fix that. So if you're still struggling with speaking English fluently and freely and confidently, there's a very high likelihood that you'll be able to relate to some of those reasons. So if you're interested, keep watching this video and we'll jump right into it. Number 1, you keep looking for the best method to practice English, like the most effective method to practice English. And there are 2 problems with that. First one is that, I hate to tell you this, but the perfect method to practice English does not exist. There's no such thing as the perfect method. Different things work for different people, and if you keep looking for that perfect method, that, the most effective way to practice English, you're wasting your time because all those methods that you're gonna find, that you're gonna try, have their flaws. So neither of them is perfect. And the second thing, if you keep changing the methods or the ways how you practice, it's hard to track your progress. Because for example, if you practice vocabulary, like you write down new words in your notebook and you like that method, but someone told you that the best method to practice vocabulary, to learn new words, is to use Anki. So you start using Anki, but in a week, you see another video and someone is talking about some other app that is allegedly even better than Anki. So you want to try this app because it's probably more effective. And you get frustrated and overwhelmed because you don't know which one you should choose, which one is the most effective. And let me tell you something, nobody knows that. So just pick one that works for you, that you like, and be consistent with it, because that's how we make progress. So let's move to the point number 2. Number 2, you focus too much on the end result. And don't get me wrong here, I'm not saying that you should never think about your end goal, or for example, about becoming fluent in English, because I think that it might be a great source of motivation, especially on days when you don't feel like practicing and when you need that extra boost of motivation. So I think that it's good to have that end goal, and we all should have that end goal in order to know where we're going. But if you focus solely on that end result, it will get you nowhere. What you should be doing instead is focusing on the small action-based goals that you can do every single day that eventually will get you to that end goal. That's why I love my win list method so much, because it helps me focus on those small daily tasks that I know over time will get me to my end result, to the level of English that I want. If you haven't seen my win list video, I really recommend you check that out. I'll put the link in the description. That method, that win list method actually got me to where I am right now in terms of my English. So I want you to start focusing on the tasks that you can do on a daily basis that over time will get you to your end goal, instead of focusing solely on becoming fluent in English. That will be a lot more beneficial for you. Number 3, you don't prioritize your English. And when people say that they don't have time to practice English or that they're too busy to practice, like we're all busy, you just don't prioritize your English. If something is really important to you, you're gonna make time to actually do it. So let me give you myself as an example. I try to do as many tasks as possible, practice English as much as possible, first thing in the morning or first thing when I get back from work. Because I never know how the day will go, right? I don't know if I will have some guests coming over. I don't know if someone will ask me for help or if I'll have to go do shopping or something like that. I can't predict how the day will go. So I want to make sure that I practice my English first thing in the morning or first thing when I get back from work. Because I realized that if I put it off, if I don't do it in the morning, I end up doing it in the evening or late at night. I have to stay up late because, I gotta get it done. So try to accomplish as many tasks as possible earlier in the day so that you don't have to stress about it later on. Number 4, you have unrealistic expectations. Now, why is it so important to have realistic expectations? Because if you think that after practicing English for 30 days, you'll be able to speak as fluently as a native English speaker, what's gonna happen? Number 1, you'll get discouraged because your English won't be even close to what you thought it would be. Number 2, you'll start thinking that you don't have talent for learning languages and that it's not for you. And number 3, you'll quit. That's why it's so important to have realistic expectations, because if you expect too much too quickly, you literally set yourself up for failure. So what I recommend you to do is to not have any expectations. I don't really care if it takes me 2 years, 3 years, or 5 years to get the level of English that I want. I want it anyway, so what's the fucking big deal if it takes me this or that amount of time? I still want it, right? So I think that it's better not to expect anything rather than to expect too much and be disappointed. And last but not least, number 5, you don't have the right mindset. And what I particularly want to focus here on is believing in yourself. Listen, if you don't believe that it is possible, if you don't believe that you can achieve it, it won't happen. You have to start believing that this is possible for you. I used to think that it was impossible for me, and now I talk to you, I speak in English, and it's crazy to me to this day that I'm actually able to do this, because I thought it wouldn't be able for me because I'm not talented, I don't have talent for languages, or I'm not good enough. I had those thoughts, and we all have those thoughts. Even people who have, very good English, almost they speak English almost like natives, they still have those voices that you're not good enough. You will never speak English quote unquote perfectly. Don't let those voices deceive you. Don't let them throw you off track and keep you there. We all have those voices, and the thing is that those who actually achieved a very good level of English know how to deal with those voices. And because we all think that we're not good enough, we compare ourselves all the time, but you have to know how to deal with those voices, how to fight them off, how to beat them. If you don't start believing in yourself, you won't be able to level up. You have to change your mindset about it. You have to start believing that it is possible for you, that you are good enough. And I created a free PDF that you can download. The link will be in the description. In this PDF, you can find 10 most common negative thoughts that pop up in your head. For example, when you compare yourself, or when you think that, when you want to quit, for example, or when you think that you're not making progress. Because I know that these thoughts come up in our heads, they come up in my head all the time, but it's important to know how to fight them off. Because if you start thinking about it, if you let those voices talk to you and you start thinking about it, you start questioning everything that you do, man, you have to stop it as soon as possible. That's why you can just download that PDF, and whenever you have that negative thought or negative belief, you just open that PDF and you just read the counter thoughts. I guess I haven't mentioned that every negative thought has its own counter thought. It's something that I came up with and something that works for me. You can create your own counter thoughts, and that's exactly what I've done when I wanted to start believing in myself. I realized that I have to focus on eliminating those negative thoughts. And what I did, I created a note on my phone, and whenever that thought, one of those negative thoughts, popped up in my head, I just opened the app and I read the counter thought, and that really helped. And now when I have, for example, if I want to compare myself to a native speaker or to someone who has better English than I have, my counter thought immediately comes up in my head, like, okay, like your English is not as good as this person, but this person has been practicing English for 10 years or for 15 years. They have been living in the States for 10 years. There is no point in comparing yourself. So I think that this will really help you. This has helped me a lot, and I really believe that if you actually take care of that, if you take care of those negative thoughts, you will start making incredible progress, because I've noticed that those negative thoughts and beliefs are the biggest inhibitor of people's progress. Like, it's not, you know, the lack of resources or not having a speaking partner. Like, it's not a problem nowadays, but if you don't take care of your own thoughts, then it will be very hard for you to level up and to achieve the level of English that you want. So yeah, I really encourage you to check out that PDF. It's called The Mindset Changer. And yeah, I think you'll benefit from using that. And yeah, if you actually download it, please use it, because that's the whole point. Whenever some negative thought like comes up in your head, you have to, you know, pull out your phone and, you know, open the Mindset Changer and check out the counter thought, or you can create your own counter thought. Like, you know, it's totally up to you.
Who am I? I'm a champion. Who am I? I'm a champion.
Okay guys, today I have a quote for you. It's a quote by Tim Grover, the author of my favorite book of all time. Like, I'm not gonna give you the title of this book yet, because I wanna make an entire video about this book and what I learned from this book. So let me read you the quote. If you think the price of winning is too high, wait until you get the bill from regret. And it's such a powerful quote. It's actually one of my favorites. And if you really think about it, yeah, we can relate that very well to learning English. Like, it's a long process. Like, winning means like becoming fluent or achieving your goals, getting, you know, a certain level of English that you want. That's your win. So the price to get there is very high. You have to sacrifice a lot of time. You probably won't be able to spend that much time with your friends or with your family. You'll have to say no to many other things, many other activities that you probably enjoy more. So yeah, the price is really high. But now think about not getting to that goal, not achieving that goal. Let's say that you wake up 30 years later and you can't speak English because you didn't learn it, right? You said, okay, like it's too hard, or it's not for me, or you didn't believe in yourself. You wake up 30 years later and you can't speak English. How would you feel about yourself? Would you be disappointed? Would you feel regret? And this regret that I know I would feel if I didn't become fluent in English, this is just scary. I don't even want to think about it. Like, I know that this regret would just haunt me. I wouldn't be able to be entirely happy with the thought that I quit because it was too difficult, or that, you know, I didn't do everything that I could in order to achieve my goal. Like, that's one of the scariest things that can happen to me, for example. So that's why I practice English every single day. That's why I want to become better and better, because I don't want to feel that regret. So I'm willing to pay the price of winning and not have to feel the regret in the future.
Who am I? I'm a champion. Who am I? I'm a champion.
Okay, that's it in this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all the likes, all the comments, for all the kind messages that you send on Instagram. I'm incredibly grateful for all your support. And with all that being said, I wish you a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. I'm incredibly grateful. I'm incredibly. It's almost 10 p.m. It took me 2 hours to record this video. Can you believe it? I'll show you my lighting setup, but you have to promise that you won't laugh. Deal? Okay. I can hear you laughing out there.